Welcome to the first ever virtual White River Electric Association annual meeting, which also happens to be our 75th anniversary. We hope this finds you well, staying healthy, and navigating our new normal as best as possible. It was a difficult decision to pivot to a virtual meeting, as the annual meeting is truly the highlight of the year for our organization. The board determined that it was best to err on the side of caution with the health and safety of our membership and employees as our priority. Normally, we enjoy wandering throughout the Fairfield Center, visiting with friends, sharing a great meal, and reviewing the important issues facing our cooperative and industry. But today we have convened our annual meeting outdoors atop the Meeker Cemetery Hill, which overlooks our beautiful White River Valley and the town of Meeker. We want to thank you for joining us today and tuning in as your schedule allows. While we can't treat you to the Lions Club lunch, we will include the required elements of our annual meeting. Also, we made sure to include annual meeting gifts, which are camp chairs with the White River Electric 75th annual logo. And there will be a drawing of boxes of Rio Blanco County 4-H meat. There are a lot of important traditions, but none more important than taking a moment to pay tribute to our great country, our veterans, and our active military who serve so bravely. Please welcome Meeker High School's Ruby Holiday, who will sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Ruby. And now I'd like to introduce the White River Electric Board of Directors. For those who don't know me, I'm Dick Welly. I currently serve as the board president, as well as I am the appointed representative to the Western United Electric Board of Directors. Hal Pierce, who serves as vice president, Rich Parr, who serves as secretary, Stan Wyatt, who serves as treasurer. Stan is retiring from White River Electric Board, and we want to thank him for his years of dedicated service. Bill Jordan, who is also the appointed representative on the Colorado Rural Electric Association Board. Ron Hilke, who is also the appointed representative of the Tri-State Generation and Transmission Board of Directors. And Mark Rogers. It's been a challenging year for White River Electric, and the board could not be prouder of our management team and staff. Regional wildfires, decline in electric load, and operating during a COVID pandemic and systematic changes in our electric and generation industry made for an interesting year. The board added to these challenges by directing staff to trim budgets, do more with less, and maintain the highest standards for reliability, community, and customer service. The entire organization rose to the challenge, and we are pleased to announce the rates remain stable with no rate increase for 2021. Thank you to our great team, which includes Alan McCallowitz as our general manager, Dale Dunbar as manager of finance and CFO, Frank Sampson as our manager of operations, and Trina Zager-Brown as general counsel and manager of member services. And a special thank you to all our administrative staff and operations crew who keep things going behind the scenes, answer the phones, and most importantly, keep the lights on. Now on to the essential business of the annual meeting. The presence of a quorum has been determined by the mail-in and hand-delivered ballots. At the July board meeting, the Board of Directors approved the following, and I hereby appoint Jean Wood and Peggy Schultz as judges for the election, and Marcy Nielsen and Peggy Back to serve as clerks of the election. Thank you, judges and clerks, for your service. Notice of the meeting, voting instructions, and ballots for the election of directors were mailed to the members in August. A notice of the meeting was also duly published in the Rio Blanco Herald-Times. Ballots were collected through noon today, and the election judges and clerks will count ballots in their normal fashion this afternoon. Results will be posted at White River Electric, on the website, and on Facebook. The minutes of the 2019 annual meeting will be tabled until next year, so that the membership may vote to approve or amend the minutes in person. Today, 2 directors from the Town of Meeker District will be elected for 3-year terms. As allowed by White River Electric bylaws and Colorado law, this year's election will consist of mail-in and hand-delivered ballots only. This year's candidates include Hal Pierce, Brett Dearman, and Bryce Ducey. I would now like to welcome our General Manager, Alan Mikalowicz, to give the General Manager's report.
Thank you, Dick. Please accept the formal written 75th Annual Meeting Report, which can be found on the website and in this month's edition of the Colorado Country Life. Printed copies are also available at the White River Electric's front desk. The Annual Meeting Report includes the financials, capital credit payout information, reliability statistics, which are above the national average with system reliability at 99%, and provides a general year in review. White River Electric Association's financials are annually audited. Each year, the board reviews and approves the audit, and once again, we are pleased to report that White River Electric received a clean audit. White River Electric's finances and equity remain strong, but we have a conservative outlook for the future as overall electric loads have declined by almost 14% in the last year. The Board of Directors made it clear that rate stability is a priority. We are working hard each day to meet this directive, and I am pleased to repeat Dick's announcement that White River Electric will not have a rate increase in 2021. COVID-19 has impacted every business in our community and in our country. Like everyone, we had to adapt. We paid out White River's capital credits early to ease the financial strain on our members. We emphasized online services, and we remained fully staffed and operational. At the end of the day, it's pretty simple. It's our job to figure out how to provide seamless, reliable service regardless of the conditions, rain, snow, or unforeseen pandemic. We will continue to adapt in the months to come, and we appreciate your patience and support. Recent regional wildfires not only brought smoke to the valley, but also burned down several miles of distribution and transmission lines. Thank you to Tri-State and to neighboring Yampa Valley Electric, who immediately reached out to lend a hand in our efforts to restore power. In January, Tri-State announced that it would close the Kalawao coal mine and Craig Station power plants by 2030. These were difficult decisions driven by Colorado regulations and changes in generation sources and economics. These decisions directly impacted our friends and family here in Northwest Colorado. We will continue to work to support our members and community during the transition in regional generation resources. White River Electric is proud to participate in the National Rural Electric Cooperative Association's International Fund and Energy Trails program. Cooperatives around the country sent line crews and supplies to areas in Central America and Africa to extend electricity to underserved rural areas. In 2019, White River Electric's Chris Stanworth joined the volunteer team to bring electricity to a small remote village in Guatemala. We are proud of these efforts and would like to share a short video about this amazing program.
We are here to bring electricity to the village of Seob. And I believe there's 43 houses total that we're wiring. There's people doing all the electrician's work, and we're building the power line to it.
We're coming down here to try to better these people's lives that live in these villages that without our help will never have electricity and never have the conveniences of electricity.
It's dark here. I mean, there is no city residual lighting that, reflective lighting that kind of has that glow about it. It gets dark. And so I think, with these outside lights that, we've been putting on these structures, that it's going to help them tremendously.
Being out on a project like this with no equipment, no tools, it really makes all the linemen have to think outside the box. When you have 20 different linemen, it's really interesting to see there's 20 different ways to rig something too. It really does take guys back to their, to the basics of line work, and they get to see what it was like for the first lineman that went out and built line and didn't have all the special tools that we have at home right now.
Doing a job down here as opposed to doing one in the U.S., we could do this entire job at home with our trucks and our equipment and our landscape in 2 or 3 days, where it's taken 2.5 weeks to do this.
Going back to our roots is what this is what it's really about. I mean, your hand tools, there's very few battery operated tools that we have, so we have that advantage. But the one thing we don't have is the advantage of bucket trucks and, being able to drive right next to a pole or walk on a flat ground where I'm from, to get to where you need to go.
The landscape here it wasn't what I was expecting. This is gorgeous up here, but very humbling too that, we take for granted what we have at home. And man, you climb that first structure here and you see the terrain and the clouds laying down in the valley, or, lifting up out of the valley, and what it opens up below. And you can see a long way when you're on a structure here.
If we didn't have the help from the people that live in the villages, we'd probably be here for another month trying to get this wire out, because they can go up and down these mountains like none of us Americans even think of.
They seem to be just extremely excited to see us. Starting from day one when we had the big ceremony, that surprised me, to pull into the school up there, and the shepherd giving his prayer, and all the villagers there, and just welcome, guys, we're here to help, let's go. And they're ready. So yeah, they're looking forward to it, I think, as much as we are anyway.
Yes, obviously there's a language barrier, which is quite an extreme one, but we're starting to learn to tell them just to slow down sometimes. They'll come and help us pull up wire, and there's 3 or 4 of them, and you got to stop them before they rip the pole over. So we just alto. We see that on the stop signs, and there's going to be one of them that speaks Spanish, so they get it, but we kind of just have to signal them, But then when there's no work to be done, you kind of have to joke with them and let them know that you appreciate their help. We're forming a bond, you can see.
So I think that these guys can work, and they leave their families to go help us to do this, because this is a community effort. Back home, you don't have a lot of community involvement. You have very few people that really want to jump in and help. This right here seems like everybody wants to do their part.
Nakmakali kaslan siyam rakwan ko. Manak salika ochoch nakakara saking utmaka kwan ut dao kolon di kaslan siyam nako sao ut ngat sao lep di kamun chishkoni di kwan kat salika di bahal di kolon di kaslan siyam sa kacang.
A lot of people won't do what we do, and we take pride in doing things. Doing this is kind of, when we put line back up on a storm, it makes you feel good. When you flip that switch and them lights come on, you did something. And it's even 10 times greater with this, because these people, they've never had it. We're changing lives.
Pues kuiting rukra ka anak tim banchoshi chiruhe nak banchosh di shkona le shisi ut banchosh akili kateng sheskechak ma ho nimal narut katok chiruhe banchosh di khunal sheskechik wang sa kachang renak sa kachona shekakul.
The NRECA, I'm familiar with that on the local scale, but the international group, yeah, they do tremendous things for these countries. I really hope that more people get involved, stay involved, and do their part to help the NRECA International move forward with these projects and keep these villages, moving forward. At least give them that little opportunity, because they definitely deserve it.
Thank you to the NRECA, CREA, and all the volunteers who support bringing electricity to underserved parts of the world. And now I will turn back to Dick for the President's report.
Thank you, Alan. There is no doubt that this will be our shortest annual meeting in history, including the shortest attorney's report on record. As directed by our General Counsel, I'm pleased to report to the membership there are no threatened or pending legal actions against White River Electric. And White River Electric continues to operate in accordance with its bylaws and all applicable state and federal laws and regulations. I would like to congratulate our staff on its recent safety award for its second year of no lost time accidents. Great job for making safety a daily priority. Unfortunately, the Colorado Rural Electric Association's leadership camp and DC Youth Tour were canceled due to COVID. Even though they didn't get to go on their trips, we want to congratulate this year's award recipients. Based on submitted essays, Meeker High School's Tatum Kennedy and Zauger Brown were selected to attend the leadership camp. Also based on submitted essays, Cleone McPherson and Carter Strait were selected for the DC Youth Tour. Our 75th annual meeting marks an important milestone for our organization. We celebrate our tenure and the people who worked hard to create the legacy we carry on today. Our history is made up of people who made bold decisions to invest in electrifying the White River Valley, knowing that it would bolster the economy and improve the lives of its citizens. They knew as a community and a cooperative that we are stronger together than as individuals, especially in times of challenge. Those words ring true today as we strive to live up to their ideals, their work ethic, and their commitment to provide this valley affordable, reliable, and safe electricity. Ironically, our history really isn't that old. Many of us recognize the names of the founding board members, and many can remember when the REA first brought electric service to their ranch. White River Electric still enjoys the splendor of this scenic valley that we are fortunate to call home, and we will tackle the next 75 years with the same spirit, determination, and commitment of our founding members.
On behalf of White River Electric, I would like to present Years of Service Awards. Congratulations to Kim Dungan for 5 years of service and Dick Welly for 5 years as a member of the Board of Directors. No annual meeting would be complete without gifts. Members may pick up their annual meeting gift, which is a camp chair with our 75th anniversary logo, tomorrow, Thursday, September 10th, from 4 to 6 at the Meeker Town Park, located at 5th and Water Street. 1 chair per membership, and chairs will be available again on Monday, September 14th from 4 to 6 at the same location. Look for signs for a quick and easy pickup.
The election clerks will also draw names for those members who sent in ballots for boxes of meat purchased at this year's Rio Blanco County Fair. White River Electric will contact the winners and coordinate pickup or delivery. And with that, we will adjourn our 75th annual meeting. On behalf of Alan and White River Electric, happy anniversary. We wish you a safe and prosperous coming year. Stay well.